Welcome back, friends. LostScarf here, and it's time for the one-shot and a review because I beat this game. I'm going to tell you what I think about this game and just how good it is I feel. But I am also recommending this game after all. That's what one-shots are, so just give you a lot of information. So this is by Abbey Games. It's a $27 game. They gave us a copy. They are the makers of, as you saw, Roost and Renowned Explorers. These are pretty good games. I enjoy them. Renowned Explorers had an interesting concept system where you could attack and defend physically and, emotionally. And that's in this game as well, known as physical combat and morale combat. And in this game, it's Godhood. You make your own religion and you try to fight other religions to become the one true God. I'm going to do a new game to show you the start of this thing, and then I'll go into later to show you mid-game stuff. So, new game. I'm just going to put in some of the stuff that I had before. What will be in the later game from just the run I've done. I've beaten the game once, so it's going to be in the middle of that run to show you it. So in this game, you have just picked difficulty for different, stats here. So happiness is a stat that affects just how well your religion is doing, and this is just how long your disciples live and resource gain. So we're just going to do normal. Create God. So yeah, you're straight up making a religion. So how should we address you? So we'll just go with the defaults here, actually. That just makes it easier. How should we address you? So we are the first. What is your religion called? The understanding. What are your worshippers called? Servants. What does this mean? The servants believe that the first is the God that brings us the truth. That truth carries the name, the understanding. And you can customize, like so right here. See all these different kind of wings you can have. All these different arms you can have. So you can have, aquatic gods, animal gods, skeleton gods. Some more Cthulhu level things right there. There's different hats you can have on your character. Here's your eyes, your body. So you can have very pudgy bodies, more fit bodies, male, female. See a fish right there. More animalistic. Alright, and there's a skeleton body. Where is it? I want to show that one because that's funny to me. There's a skeleton body. There's the head. So there's a skeleton head, there's a bunch of animals, a bunch of people heads, gendered heads, non-gender heads, Cthulhu-like things. There's a fish head in here. There's a freaking jellyfish head if you want. Things like that. You can also be addressed as goddess, god, neither if you would like. Let's go with neither for this one because I know what I'm going to do. We can pick when we're awake and say we're a night god. We can do all these different colors for different parts of us. Not much shown here because we don't have any hair. Body, clothing, and then our different background color. We're just going to go with randomize a couple times. See the different combinations you're going to have? Jeez. This is a lot of different things you can make your god into. Wow. Let's go with this one right. I want to see one that will fit what I want to do. Yeah, let's go with that one. Let's go with that one. Let it be known. Here we go. For as long as there have been people to believe, there have been gods to vie for their attention. The first is one such gods. Destined to claim a place in humanity's hearts and minds, a single soul would be chosen by the first, destined to become the first prophet of the understanding. I am the first. From nothing, the first appeared before Marala. Marala renounced their faith in the old god, Quetzalcoatl, and placed in the first instead. The first taught Marala about what is right. In my name you will spread. So here's the thing. There's 7 different commandments. What is right? So you can go by war, peace, pleasure, purity, greed, generosity, or madness. So war is very physical. Like I told you, there's physical combat and morale combat. So peace is very morale, of course. Pleasure is mostly morale, a very risky style. Purity is more defensive style, mind and body. Greed is mostly physical with crits as their thing. Generosity is well-rounded. This is the run I've done, so that's what we'll see in a little bit. And madness is a mixed, very offensive style. So let's do madness. Madness is, nuts. Madness. The elders who worship the ancestors thought this idea to be dangerous. This is madness. They could not see how they were wrong in opposing the first. A sacrament was called to determine who was right. So, prepare for the sacrament. So, sacrament is combat. So, there's our character, Marala. And they're taking on these guys. So, the background color is your main color. And Defy, that's basically dodge. So, right now they're fighting. So, you cannot directly affect combat in just what they pick to fight. Well, you don't affect who they target and things like that. She got beat pretty bad. I think it's a lady. And so we lose. So, yeah, it's a lady. So the way this works is we're fighting for followers. And we gained 30 followers in that fight. Last sacrament against the elders, so we lost that fight overall. The elders were resolute in their judgment. Marala and a few followers were banished from the old city. Before leaving, Marala prophesied that one day the first would bring the liberation of madness to the old city. One day we will return. Marala continued to travel for days with the exiled. The people were growing tired and hopeless. Finally, on a fertile and lush terrace, the first spoke again. This shall be the first holy site. A new religion is founded. So it is an interesting universe where, well, gods will directly tell followers what to do. Welcome to the realm of Godhood, young deity. Your goal is to ascend your rightful throne and leave behind a religion that will last the test of time. Yeah, so the endings are going to be quite interesting depending on what path you choose and also how well you pull it off. Happiness and a lot of other things you do will affect how lasting your religion is, because when you beat the game, there's a lot of epilogue to the game telling of what your choices did and how it affected the longevity of your religion. It's very interesting. So you will face many religions that adore false gods. Convert them by word or sword and grow your religion. When you have bested enough religions, you will be able to ascend into eternity. I will ascend, and the understanding will be paramount. In order to ascend, you will raise a strong group of disciples. This is a management game. Disciples that represent your religion, so they may convert heathens in the sacrament. With more followers, you can create a lasting religion and best other religions. There are different ways to achieve these goals, depending on the tenets you choose to be part of a religion. Raise disciples, convert in sacrament, create a religion. There are many moving parts, yes. So there's a lot going on. I'll explain it as best I can. There are 6 stats in this game, and rituals are how you put up those stats. So click on rituals. So just clicking through this really quick. So they're explaining what the stats are. So the top row are all physical, the bottom are all morale. So this is the thing you have to think about when you're fighting is, if you're fighting well, you get to pick your opponents a little bit. And so you want to have just high morale offense against low morale enemies. But you want to have, of course, if you're fighting low morale enemies, they should have high physical, so you're going to want to have high physical defense. But if you're doing a war of words, you're going to want moral defense. But the way it works is 3v3, so you can have a mix of characters that try to cover these different gaps. While you'll be fighting these kind of, not necessarily mono, but mostly mono religions that will have specific openings and specific strengths that you have to try to exploit. So yeah, these are the rankings that you have, and by the way, the stronger you make your characters, the more they'll have less faith, because power corrupts, so you have to do things that affect their faith. Because yeah, here is their faith right here. So, right now, these are all the pluses. They have a deep bond with us, they're enthusiastic, it's a new religion, and in general, they like this religion, so they have 115 on faith. They have a -15 because they're kind of strong. So what we can see here is they have major gains in charisma and in knowledge, and that's just what the characters. This is the randomness part of the game, where what the characters are good at, and then this is their passive there. So they're strong in knowledge and they're strong in charisma. So this is morale. The thing though is, this is the cultist class. The cultist class is all about might and knowledge. So knowledge, what this does is it gives you a good chance of dodging morale attacks, and might as well you hit hard. So that's what the focus of this character necessarily is they want to dodge attacks from the other team, and they want to hit them as hard as they can. So what would do that? So I could go into the occult, which would put up my knowledge, or I can go into screaming, which would put up my charisma, but I don't want that right now. Punishment puts up my might, and then stock puts up my cunning. You will do things in this game to gain upgrades, which will allow you to upgrade these rituals so that you can do more than just the one stat. So you're stuck right here for now, but eventually you can expand your stats better. So we'll just gain Might, Punish. And so we set them on. So the way time progresses is when you bless a character. When you bless a character, time progresses. So right now we can only bless their ritual or give them dream points, but dream points don't mean anything right now. So right now we just say we want the ritual to level up faster. Once it fills up, they'll gain stats. So now in the story is 2 more people have joined us. This person and a young person have joined us. Goo and Tappa. And so we want to pick where we'll fight. So words of your new religion spread quickly. Goo and young Tappa have heard of your great name. They want to spread the world of the understanding. I will inspire the rituals and bless their actions. We want to pick our mission. So this is the first mission. We're going to fight some pagans to try to convert some people. You can see their stats right here. You can see what their armors are. Not very good armors, which is good. Also see what their stats in general are for combat. And not the best. So we'll pick this, and now we can plan. So we can plan our sacraments. We can have our characters. The strongest character is this one, so we're going to have Marala fight them, of course. Second strongest and third strongest don't matter, just have them fight them. There you go. Save the plan. And we can learn about more if we want, but I already know it all. So the next thing is picking what they'll do. So right now, they're pagan. They don't have any special classes, so we can do whatever we want with them. And we know our enemies don't have much physical armor, so let's just put everyone up on the might. Why not? Everyone hits really hard in this religion. You can customize your characters. This is what Marala looks like. But you can have them look like a whole bunch of different things with a bunch of different points here. You can see right there goes a mess with their pitch. You make them masculine or feminine, right there. Like, let's mess with Tappa. Let's mess with Tappa. Just random them up. And that's Tappa now. And, right, so if they get beat, they lose all their HP in physical or in morale. You have 1 HP bar, by the way, which I thought was interesting. I'm sure when they were testing they had 2 bars or something. But you have 1 bar. So it's morale or physical. If you get hit enough, you lose faith. And if you lose enough faith, you just leave the religion. And of course, losing faith here would be bad as well. You see all the different stats where they're at. You can see what their totem is. This is their just talents. Miracles are levels. You'll see relics in a second as their XP. So as they fight, they'll gain XP so they can get miracles. Miracles are how you level up. When you do a miracle, you just be more faithful. And this is where combat comes in. This is where you get to affect combat. So this is what they currently have in the way of combat. Right now they're too nervous because they're young. They'll have their first turn is going to be nothing. But here is... Oh no, because of the way they are, I can't show you that. Marala would be better to show. So here it is, abilities. So this is their abilities right now. They do different things. As they get ability points, you can affect what these are. So I can go ahead and put one of these 3 abilities in these other slots. So turn 1 will always be this. I don't choose who they hit, but I can choose what they do. So they will always do this ability in the first turn, second turn, third turn, fourth turn, fifth turn. After 5 turns, whoever's just got the majority, they win it. So I can give them just stronger versions of these. These are their strongest attacks they can have. And I can strategize what would I want for them and how it would affect teammates. Because you can have things that stat up teammates or heal teammates, or you do stat changes to your opponent, things like that. Like you can weaken their defenses to set them up for another character. That's how that works right there. So in the first turn, only Marala is going to attack because these 2 are inexperienced. That's not going to be great for me. Over here is their ages. So these are prime disciples. So when they're prime age, like prime adult age, they're plus 10 in stats for damage. When they're young, they gain more XP though. So there's reasons to have different ones. Was elders, which we don't have right now, have other stat advantages and disadvantages. Let's go ahead and do some blessing here so I can show you the combat. So just keep blessing. Time's gone by. By the way, random events do happen at times that will affect some of your gains. So Marala did not come empty-handed to the Holy Land. With her, she brought a magnificent relic that holds the true power of the First. What would this relic be? Pick this magic relic. So this is a random choice you can make. We can get the Secret Pyramid, which affects knowledge, or we can get the Stenicle, which affects might for crit chance. So look at that. 50% increase to crit chance. Put that on Marala, right? Because I'm going to be physical. But this is best for Beastwalker and for Chieftain, and we're not a Chieftain or Beastwalker. We are a Cultist. Over here, that would be good for Weaver or Druid. And it's because of the knowledge-based stuff. But despite the fact it's not being one of the things, we're not one of those good things, it should still work out pretty well for our cultists. So I go with this. New relic, Sacred Infant. There we go, continue. And now we can give them this relic. So go in here, relic. Oh no, we don't have the right to use relics yet. Forget what I said. Eventually we will. So let's do another blessing. Keep blessing them to gain stat gains. There we go. By the way, zoom out. Eventually we can build stuff across all this, and we'll be able to do that after the sacrament. So prepare for mission. And so we have. There will be some other things we can do, but they're not available yet. And if we win, we'll get another disciple slot. And the goal is first to 36 converts. So start the mission. As I said, only morale is going to do the first turn. We'll see what the pagans do. You can also speed up combat, by the way, in the top right corner. So we babble, and it got some people interested in us for some reason. That's it, I'm convinced. Other two are nervous, so they don't do attacking. So they're going to get hit. So there, they lost some HP. They did some attacking here. So they're nervous, they don't have anything special, but it looks like they still didn't attack. Alright, so we converted a little bit. They converted one person. They converted Greg. Bam! Ooh, we got a crit! They're gonna get knocked out. So they got broken. Broken is good. They're no longer in the fight, and it got us a good gain here. So teammate came in and defended. There are stats you can do that'll affect that. Teammate evaded. So evasion, of course, is physical dodge, while defy is morale dodge. Babble. Ooh, doing some good damage there. Nice gains. Just need a little bit more, and we win. So when you win, you just take the rest of the bar. So our opponent only converted 2, while we converted 70. And you gain XP for that, and now Goo is leveled up, and when you hit level 2, you can get a class. And now we're going to get some currencies. So this is blessings, and then this is building material. And we got another slot. And this is pantheonic rankings. So when you beat the game, however many converts you got. So let's see here. Will affect how the ending goes. So now we get to pick our next destination. There are missions we don't have to do to finish it. We got to go all the way through here to finish this island. And then after we beat this island, we move on to the next island and fight another religion. Well, these side missions are nice for just getting good gains. You see all that sacrament, we can gain a bunch there. But obviously we can't win that fight yet. Like, we can look, their disciples are more developed than they are. So we'll go this way. We're going to fight a pagan druid. We'll also gain martyrdom, and I'll explain that in a bit. So you see, this is a green, and we have a purple, so this is pretty good for this fight. I didn't explain the colors, did I? I just realized that. So, the color wheel. Purple is darkness, the void, space between worlds. So darkness is strong against nature. Nature is strong against order. Order is strong against, I forget what red is at the moment. Red is strong against life. It's like war and stuff like that. And life is strong against darkness. That's how it works. If you're not in that direct relation next to each other, it's just neutral stats. So of course, I want to fight the druid with my cultist. I keep wanting to say occultist, so I can plan ahead. Put them right there. You see, I got a bonus right there. It'll tell you. It's nice. Now these two over here. That's planning ahead. And we get a new disciple. I get to pick here. Random choices here. So this one's gonna be good at health. This one's gonna be good at knowledge. Continue. So I gotta pick, who do I want? As you can see, this person's gonna be weak in all of the classes I have. Person will be average at cultist, so at least I get that, so I'll pick this person. Now I got a 4th disciple. The stars mean they're the ones who are gonna be in the next fight. But here's the thing. I can level up this character, but when you level up characters, they can't be in the fight. So, level up this character. So there we go. This is more stat explanations. You can do that if you buy the game. And this is just talking about team balancing. So we can be a beast walker, a cultist, or a chieftain. These are the classes we currently have. So what do we want? This person would be average in any of them. So just for variety, let's make them a chieftain. So confirm. So these abilities that we can give them. So confirm here. Bam. So now Goo would be that, but here's what's going to happen is at level 2 they also get miracles. Miracles are a way to just get good gains for your team and for the character. So I want them to have strong might since I made them chieftain. So now they can't be in combat. So now Tizo is going to be in this fight. That's where Tizo goes. And we gotta choose something for Tizo. Let's see here, Tizo. Let's go ahead and just give them stock. Why not? It's a random thing to pick there. Let's go and do a blessing. We're gonna see what happens when you fill up this bar in a second. So let's go ahead and bless Tappa. Now this will fill up. And there we go. They went up a rank in might. Now I gotta pick what they do next. So let's go ahead and just do their other stats. Let's go and do knowledge again. Occult. And I will bless this person and try to get their stats going sooner. And then a sacrament would happen, we'd fighting. But let me show you now building. So, spend materials and offerings. So here we can make things. So, offering stockpile just gives you passive gains of offerings out of combat. Material gathering would be for materials. Night Shrine is for, let's see here, dream points, permanently gaining faith. Gardens are purely for faith. Study is for XP. And the Sunstone is for ability points. So this is ability points are what you need to give your characters so that they can have more attacks or stronger attacks. Holy Sight is for general stat gain. So these are stat gains. So I can pick a specific stat I want to gain in. So I want to get knowledge better. I can go with that stat, or I can go for cunning. There's one for each stat. Oh, this one's general, and this one's 300 now. The next one was probably gonna be like 1,000 followers before I can get the next temple. That's how it works. And then these are special temples for madness. Knowledge and might are specific stats for them, so you can have more going with that. And it would take a lot more battles to show you some more features, so let me go ahead and skip ahead using my old files. So this will be a couple islands into the game. As you play the game, you defeat an island and you choose the different religions. Ultimately, you fight the other paths. So you saw war, you saw peace, pleasure, purity, generosity, greed, and madness, right? Well, this is a generosity one, and I've defeated 3 of the religions. I think I still have madness to beat at this point. I have war, and there's one other one to beat. So this is just showing the religions I've defeated. And right now I have 6 characters. And eventually, as you go, you will gain tenets. And with these tenets, you just choose what are traditions of your characters. For me, I have a tenet, I have a tradition that there's a community elder. I have just new worlds, so like just bringing a new world going on here. And also, of course, generosity. But you can have these tenets, and as you do enough of them, it unlocks traditions. So my tenets are, my people do debates. I care, like, I'm very rain-based. I bring the rain. I care about sheltering people. I care about teamwork. I have a code of honor. There's joyful sermons. We have celestial dedication, and I have a priesthood. There's all these other ones I can have here, so I can have offer food, religious poetry, singing circles, venerate dogs, venerate cats. I could have had dark dedication. I could have had symbolic dedication. I could have had nature and animal dedication. You can only have one of these. I have one celestial. Socially, I picked all these. I could also have prosperity gospel. Philosophically speaking, I could be sun god instead of rain god. There's smoke and truth leaves, barbarism, free speech, and by the way, this isn't all of them. These are just the ones available to me at some point in this game. As you develop and you take on other religions, there are more things you could choose from. And then this is the classes. So the classes I have are Zealot, Weaver, Chieftain, Songsmith, and Cook. So Cook is the special one for generosity. Cultist was the special one for madness. Like, these are classes you can't get. So Lust is obviously for pleasure. Charlatan is for greed. Ambassador is for war. Executioner is for... which one would that one be? Purity? And... no, that might be war. And Ambassador might be for peace. And then Ascetic is for... I think this one is peace. Yeah, Ascetic might be purity. Yeah, this one's purity. I don't remember what these are at the moment. Executioner might be war. Yeah, the Weaver demands holy war. Well, this one would be let your body join. So, in this one it is, I am the Weaver, and my religion is the Great Tapestry. And my people are my threads. That is the religion, because LostScarf, of course. These are my characters. So, reason-based style, this is a Weaver. Let me go back to classes again. So yeah, I have a Zealot, Weaver, Chieftain. So I have one of each color. That's how I balanced it out. Songsmith and Cook. one of each color, because the game emphasizes if you go for too many classes, you might not strengthen them all that well. The other classes are Harbinger, Beastwalker, Druid, Guardian, Smite Sword, and Rage Prophet. You can see which ones are more physical and which ones are more morale, just by looking at them. Yeah, I've got Jan Piet, which is my Weaver. I've got a Zealot named Tapa. The numbers are, I do generations. This is my Songsmith. You can see they do more musical-based things. I have them do a bunch of AoE morale attacks. Then I have another Weaver. Oh, this character is really strong later for me. A Cook! So Cook is... I win them over morally because I'm giving them food. And there's one where I can give the entire enemy team food. Like, you hungry? Let me give you all food. And that's how I gain followers. I can get on this Kuma and then also cook with Kuma. Or more fierce time. And the relics going on there. Buildings. You can see the buildings I've made. Let me zoom out. So I've built all of these buildings here. All things I've built right now. And there's all these other things I have around my island. Anything left to explain? Probably elders, but I don't have one. Well, there's the community elder, but I don't have anyone who lives old. Whenever they get too old, I kill them. So I can get a new character. Now the thing is, as you progress through the game, you have a better chance of just stronger, I'll say offspring, new followers. They can have better stats, and you can get rarer and more strong characters. I saw in the game there were like level 5 pagans, now I've got a level 81. I say level, but I mean like power 81 character. I can pick a mission. Oh, it's the... Alright. Oh, this is this mission. Alright. So we're going up against these guys. So as you can see how strong my opponents are. And it's a 2-round fight. So this is later in the game where you do a 2-round final boss fight. The first islands is just single big boss fight with 3-on-3s. So here you see red, nothing, blue. Well, I want to pick what would beat that. So blue, that means green. So I'm going to go with this. And this one means nothing, so I can put whatever I want there. And red, so I'm going to put in my blue there. And why wouldn't I put in my strongest character? Since they're the community elder, when they're in a fight, they get more. But when as the elder, they get more arrogant the more you play with them. So that's why you kind of want to make your oldest character that, so that they get really strong, they give you a lot. But eventually they die, so they don't lose too much faith. But having them in a fight gives you more tribute. Now this bar right here is their fervor, so the more you use them, the more tired they get, but you can give them things to make them not be so tired. And that's a bunch of these games I got here from buildings. I'm explaining a lot because there's a lot to this game. Here's the ability points. A building gave me this so that I can give a character ability points. I'll say I give it to Jan Piet. And with that, now I can go to their abilities and give them more abilities. So I can make this attack stronger, like that. That's a thing I can do. And let's see here, XP gains, so I can have someone level up. Well, none of them are close to leveling up. This one's hit cap. But eventually they level up and they can do a miracle. And then there is ritual progress, so I can make someone complete their ritual sooner. Now I should show you rituals after I have some complete ones. I'll do this. Bam. So, oh, something happened, a moment happened, so now we got some more gains. There we go, the rain happened. So, now new rituals. So, as I've leveled up my buildings, also this is what generosity gains. Help, count crops, suffer, or organize meals. But as you get more buildings, you can put more to the stats so they can stat more things than just the one thing. So as you have here is I made help really good. So now help is full morale. Help gives you knowledge, devotion, and charisma. Whereas count crops is only boosted to this point, so it's only 2 stats, 2 stats, and 2 stats. I have some physical focus here. I have a mix of both there, so more physical attack, less physical, and some physical morale defense. Well, this is more defense-based here. So these are the gains I've made. Just go with help there. So as you can see, I have a very morale-based religion. And just skip forward here, just do some things. Just picking things, I've already done this round, so we just click whatever. Do some things, do that. So things have happened to this character. Do another blessing. I bless the rain. And now after 3, now it's dreams. So eventually you unlock dreams where you can affect your character in their dreams. So they gain faith from me going into their dreams, but I can also give them other stat ups for the fight. I can give them more morale armor. I can give them more physical armor. There's also more dreams you can unlock later, like offensive dreams and elemental effects. I can give them more defy, which is morale dodge, or physical dodge. Or I can make it that they cannot actually receive... Well, they can be defeated, but they won't be hurt by it. Because if they lose their faith too many times, then they're really bad for the religion. So they're fighting someone I'm not worried about. I'm more worried about Kuma or Tapa. So let's go to Tapa. And I'll give them evasion, so they can dodge this person's attacks. So dream. And now, let's do the mission. So here's the fight. So here's the thing we would have unlocked from the next fight in that other file. Martyrdom. You can make it that the enemy has a stronger chance at beating you, but you get more gains. Now I know I'm going to win, so I'll do Martyrdom 1. There we go. So here's a more mid-game fight right here coming up. Oh, also you can do repeatable quests if you don't want to, if you think you need to train up more before the boss fight. So we're trying to convert to 280 first. But here's a bigger fight. Humiliating defeat. I'm not sure what that's doing, but they're giving themselves... I think they're giving themselves a handicap as well. So bam, we hit them with that. I guess it would be humiliating if they defeated us, despite them having low HP. So we're doing these big attacks right here, getting more followers. They hit back. Ooh, that gets some gain there. Lost some HP. Teammate goes in, blocks for them. Nice. They do an attack, didn't get dodged, so that dream didn't help at all. So look at that. Good focus on that character, they're gonna get knocked out. And, ooh, they're so close to getting knocked out. Knock him out, knock him out. Bam! Critical. Bam! Big gains. Our religion wins that round. Oh yeah. Look at all those XP gains. And now I gotta do this fight. 3-on-1, but it's a strong dude. So obviously put my strongest in this fight. 75. Bam! And I've got confidence. I can do a little bit of martyrdom. Go. So some things to say about this game in review. The music's really good. I like how colorful the game is. The UI's not bad. It all looks really great. The one thing is just wrapping your head around all the stats. And honestly, it does take a little bit. But once you understand it, it's really fun. Because I think it has a really good concept of worrying about physical stuff and morale stuff. Works out pretty well. And you can see my characters are whipping this guy pretty good. We just need a little bit more to win. Just a tiny bit more, and we win this thing. And a song wins it. Nice! Got a crit there. Yeah, song sources are all about moral attack and crits. And, well, they got the crit. They're also about dodging. And so we converted the crowd. And through crowd conversion, we win this one, and we're going to take some things from this religion we just defeated, and we're going to progress to the next island. So I'm showing you that here now, and that'll be everything to show, I think. So we converted a bunch. And we're going to see what my ranking is in a second. Got a lot of followers. Bunch of tribute. Alright, gained happiness and unlocked new totems. Good, okay. So this is where we are right now. So we're better than following. That's where we are. We're almost better than a cult. Eventually we'll beat creed, religion, world religion. I am the truth when I beat this thing. We got the fourth piece. Now we just got to beat 2 more religions to be the one true religion. That's what happens here. So what happens is you get to pick what religion you fight next. The thing is, all the religions get stronger as you go forward. And yeah, we get to pick what we want from this religion we just beat. So we could take Bloodsport, or we could just reject their religious ideas and get more development points to develop our own religion in some other way. So we'll do that. And that gives me points that I can pick another tenet and everything like I showed you. I can pick one of these now. I'm like, you know what? I believe in free speech. And there will be things that happen because of free speech. Like, there's good and bad to whatever you pick. So these are the last 2 religions I have to defeat. I have to take on... I can either face madness or a generosity. I haven't seen that one before. I think they mixed it up now where it because there's been an update where you don't fight the other religions necessarily. It's like, might be a little more random. Go against madness. Like, you can see what colors they're specific in, so you would try to fight that with your, well, whatever colors you think you would fight with. We face madness, and we go through this island and win this one and go to the next one and the next one. And that is everything. I like the visuals, I like the sound of this thing, I like everything about this game. The only weakness to this game is just understanding it at first. But once you get it, you are good, you're in, and you just have a lot of fun with this game. Rather show happiness, this is important, this affects a lot of things. There's not a lot against this game. When I started playing this game and researching it, I just couldn't stop playing it. I got sucked in for a couple hours, it was really good. That's why I'm recommending it. If a game sucks me in, that's gotta be worth recommending. So again, this is Godhood by Abbey Games, I think it is. And it's a $27 game, and they gave us a copy of the game. I thank you for that. It's a very good game, and I hope people like what they see here and buy it for themselves. And so there you go. If I give it a number, I wouldn't give it like as a management game and everything. I think it's a pretty solid 7 for sure. So that right there is the game. That's the one shot. I had fun talking and showing you this game. Hope you had fun watching and listening, and that's what it's all about, isn't it? Having fun. Thanks for coming by, and see you next time.